Last Monday, Anthony Bass, pitcher for the Blue Jays, he shared a post from Ryan Miller, who runs an account on Instagram, that cited biblical verses as a reason to boycott Target and Bud Light and other marketing campaigns that were supporting LGBTQ+. Hopefully I hit all the letters there in the alphabet. The video then used the phrase, "This is evil, this is demonic." And since then, he's apologized for sharing that post after admitting, when I look back at it, I see how people can view it that way as backlash with saying that he was hateful by re-sharing this on his story. He goes, "That's why I'm apologetic." Well, he has then removed the video because it was a distraction, he said, to everyone. Okay. Should have apologized, but okay, because he's citing his faith in this. He says he stands by his personal beliefs, and everyone is entitled to their personal beliefs. But I also mean no harm toward any groups of people, and I felt like taking it down the second time was the right thing to do and not be a distraction. As a team, our job is to win baseball games, and that's my focus. Well, he's now been assigned to the minors because, his name's not Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw speaks out, and, he's not having to go through what Anthony Bass is going through in Toronto. He's now, Bass, going to AAA, AA, something. He's been assigned. Chad, he's pointing to his faith and individual beliefs, not blasting a group or another specific belief. He's pointing to his own. And he's saying he posted that because of that. Kershaw and others, based on the Blue Jays, the Blue Jays, by the way, had him agree to catch the ceremonial first pitch on Pride Night coming up. It's either tonight or tomorrow. It's the 9th and the 10th. So instead of just saying, hey, the NHL approach, our individual players believe what they want. As a team, we're doing this. As an organization, we're doing this. They backed the fact that they didn't agree with what Bass had reposted. And he went through this gauntlet since Monday of apologizing. And I think now, because last week we saw other Major League Baseball players come together and actually voice their opinion on what was going on in Los Angeles and other places like this in Toronto, the top-name guys who spoke up need to do it now for a guy that doesn't really have the same voice based on his impact to his roster. Toronto's going through all of this behind the scenes. He apologizes. He speaks to the media. The Blue Jays release a statement, and they schedule him and announce that he's going to catch the ceremonial first pitch on Pride Night in Toronto. And now he's been assigned to the minors. Basically, as the apology, they want him to be Cersei from Game of Thrones while they walk down the city chanting shame, which is ridiculous. And it goes back to, Chad, if you don't want it to be a distraction for the individual, don't let it be a distraction for the organization. If it's about baseball, let it be about baseball. Because I don't care. Color, creed, religion. If I go to a game, I'm sitting next to someone I don't know, more than likely on one side or the other, or in front or behind, and we're all rooting for the same thing. I don't give a damn about anything else going on. And the Toronto Blue Jays are saying they care more about what's going on in the stands than they do their team on the field. And they've created more of a distraction now. I hope the top players in Major League Baseball stand up and voice their opinion the way they did last week on behalf of Anthony Bass.
Well, and use this PGA Live merger as an example and a cautionary tale of not just taking hook, line, and sinker what your company, what your team, what your league is spouting if you don't believe in it. Because I think a lot of things were regurgitated by PGA players that now look foolish after their own group, PGA Tour, took the bag and took the money. It's suddenly okay to persecute Christians publicly and not people of other faith or people of other beliefs. That seems to me what's going on right now. I know Clayton Kershaw had some things to say about it with Pride Night and the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Maybe one of them's catching the first pitch in Toronto.
I mean, I hope not. It's just it's a clown show. I mean, they're bringing Anthony Bass out like their clown to go and do this, and they've shamed him into doing this, and he doesn't want to do it. And suddenly it's okay that, if you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible and the Bible says a certain thing and you repeat that, then, well, you're hateful. You're preaching hate speech. Another example is Matt Dermody, who's a pitcher with the Boston Red Sox, who 2 days ago was forced to delete a tweet from 2021 where he basically quotes the Bible about homosexuality. And Kyle Bloom, who is the chief baseball officer for the Boston Red Sox, actually had to say that he is comfortable keeping Dermody on the team after talking to him, that they considered outright releasing him, firing him for a tweet from 2021 discussing the Bible and the Bible's thoughts on homosexuality. First off, I hate the practice of digging up old tweets. I think that is a miserable existence if you are a journalist with a capital J, supposedly, and your job is to go dig up old tweets from people and then use it against them. Well, Dermody, he deleted this tweet, and we move on now, and it's probably not going to be a story anymore. But if he's trotted out there like a clown for the Red Sox, much like Anthony Bass for the Blue Jays, if he's shamed appropriately enough, if he fears for his job or future job opportunities, maybe he'll go be a clown during Pride Month as well, and they'll force him to do something that he doesn't want to do. I'm just against any. First off, I hate the division this brings, and I'm with Hutton. Sports is a unifier, not a divider, and that's what it should be. And also, I hate the fake. You're getting people to do things that are fake. This is not what they want to be doing. It's stupid. It's a charade. Be done with it. And I cannot stand the journalist who goes and looks at old tweets this way. I want these stories to end, Hutton.
Yeah, Trevor Williams and others, I hope they are very vocal about what the Blue Jays are doing currently. Nationals pitcher.
Well, and they're spot on right in regards to the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Right.
They've all referenced there is no way that you would have a group as an invite to a ballpark if they were mocking Judaism that way, Islam that way. The only one you get away with for whatever reason is the Christian, and in this case, specifically the Catholic faith, which I applaud those who are standing up saying that's not right either. If it's not okay with these other religions, it's certainly not okay to mock this religion, and they're not going to stand for it anymore, and they're not going to go on with the clown show and the charade of what we're seeing, and good for them.
Well, I mean, they made Bass go along with it.
Yeah, I mean, Bass is just...
He's already apologized.
He's a victim here that has been shamed doing something they don't want to do.
He was going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch or catch it from someone on Pride Night. So, I mean, it's like... And now, after that's out, he's been designated for assignment. Ridiculous. But again, like no one's going to offer the side of, oh, what are the Blue Jays doing here? Are they not siding with the individual beliefs of one of their players? No, they're not, clearly, because they've sent him down. Why? Because he's not Clayton Kershaw. Not Trevor Williams.
Yeah, it's a stupid story.